Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Rite-Way Detailing's YouTube channel. I'm Christian, owner of Rite-Way Detailing here in Rancho Cucamonga, California. We are your local certified ceramic pro installers. Now, what I have behind me is a Tesla Model X. It's the 100D version. Very, very beautiful spec. I'm sure you can see in the background those gold wing style doors. I think that's really, really cool. So, pretty excited to take care of this vehicle. We're going to be doing our full paint decon, glass decon. So we're going to be doing Iron X bath, hot water wash on everything, cleaning all the cracks and crevices, and then doing our full clay bar treatment, pulling it in, air drying it, everything like that. So the full works on this. We're going to be doing 2 to 3 stages of paint correction. We always polish the glass. It usually always needs it to be prepped, and then we're going to be doing our Ceramic Pro Gold package, lifetime, and then we're going to be doing the upgrade of the wheels off package. So we take the wheel off, do the barrel of the wheel, do behind the spokes, do the caliper. It really sets the exterior of the vehicle off, and that's really what I recommend to a lot of people is any package you choose the wheels off upgrade. It's really going to benefit you, especially with a nice aftermarket or OEM wheel. And then also you might be wondering why I have all the doors open. We just finished deep cleaning the interior, so a little bit of a spot shampooing and stuff like that, real deep meticulous vacuum, and then we cleaned all the leather, all the plastic, every single piece inside the interior was deep cleaned, wiped down with our Americana Global Stripper, and I actually already started putting Ceramic Pro plastic. So that's another benefit I would say with Ceramic Pro is our interior coatings are untouchable. It's such an amazing product of what Ceramic Pro has come up for interior materials, exterior materials, marine, RV. I mean, we do everything. So the interior is going to get 3 layers of all that. So 3 layers of plastic, 3 layers of textile, and 3 layers of Ceramic Pro leather. It's hard to explain every single piece that we can coat in the interior because all manufacturers vary on the type of material, so it's hard to say, oh, we do this type of plastic. We basically can coat everything in the interior. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. I'm going to show you the interior really quick because I just started doing Ceramic Pro plastic. So this is just the quick intro. So the Tesla, I guess this one is notorious for having really soft paint. That's just from what the owner said. He said it's been getting really swirled really quick and he barely washes it, does all the proper washing methods. So it's kind of a satin black wheel. We're going to be pulling that off and coating that. It's totally going to change the hue. It's going to look really nice. And you can see the interior is all white and black, so kind of matte satin materials. So I've already done Ceramic Pro plastic on the steering column, the plastic on the inside of the door right there, this portion, and then we're going to be doing Ceramic Pro leather on these satin white finished leather seats. So it's really going to come out nice. You can see this thing looks crazy. Everybody's been stopping and looking at this. I'm not like a super electric car enthusiast. I'm more race car on the street type stuff, but it's really a engineering anomaly. I don't know if that's how you'd put it, but it's really cool to see how far things like this have come. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, these seats are like a spaceship. It's got like one post down in the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just pretty cool. I've never really been up and close with a lot of Teslas, especially like this. I think this one's really high end. I've done a P100D. We didn't do our Ceramic Pro package on it. Just did a polish, paint correction, and wax on it. But here we are. We got the 100D, one of the baddest SUVs that they make. It's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started on doing the paint decontamination. I'm going to wrap up the interior right now, get all that coated, shut all the doors down. Kind of crappy weather here in Southern California, but we always find ways to make things work. We got dehumidifying machines, ventilation, we infrared cure everything. So every car that comes out of our shop is good to go and ready for our customers. So really happy on that. Here's a final look and we're going to get started on a couple time lapses. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get moving on this thing, so stay tuned throughout the whole video. Okay everyone, I want to show an example real quick. I have Ceramic Pro leather inside the Tesla Model X 100D. You can see very exotic interior. Now I'm going to show, I've had a lot of questions on Lambos, all sorts of different vehicles that have this type of material inside, which is more on a satin level. I'm priming my pad real quick. So very satin type leather materials. Now a lot of times people don't want that to change, they want that look to stay. So here's the thing with Ceramic Pro leather, it's guaranteed every time. I've used it on every type of material that can be coated like this. We're going to take it and it's literally going to soak into the leather. Here's my swipe, you can see it swiping, it goes away. So it will not change the color. Now, if you wanted a different hue in there, and when we upgrade to 9, you can upgrade to 9H. Leather is extremely the absolute best because it's formulated for this type of material, but we can also do Ceramic Pro 9H. But you can see when I swipe over the material with Ceramic Pro leather, it begins to soak right in and it goes away. It's very hard to even tell if it's going on, but we know from experience that it is. That is how Ceramic Pro leather works. So it will not change the color inside your interior. It will just fully coat it and protect. There's so much to list of how Ceramic Pro leather and all the other ones protect all the different materials, but just to show you guys, once it's cleaned, you'll never have to condition this ever again. You just wipe it down with a damp rag or some American Detailer Garage wipeout, and that's pretty much it. So it will not change the matte colors inside of like Escalade Platinums, Ford Platinums, the Tesla Model X's. Most of the Teslas have satin finish materials like this, so it will not change that. It just fully coats it, so it'll preserve this for life. All right, everyone, we did a full iron fallout bath. So basically all the ferrous materials that sit on the glass, the paint, the wheels, just any iron or fallout that sits on there, we did a full iron bath. So that just basically breaks all that stuff down, helps it be released from the clear coat or any surface that it might have been stuck to, rail dust, things like that. And then we went ahead and pressure washed all that off, then soaped it up, washed it, and then rinsed that all off. And then we went ahead, soaped it up again, and then got out some clay lube, and then we clay barred the entire vehicle besides the wheels, because it's a satin finish that they didn't need to be clay barred. And then we washed it all off again, and then I just soaped it up right now, and then we got the wheels being deep cleaned, the barrels and everything, just making sure everything's nice and clean before we rinse it off again, and then turn it around, back it in, and then we'll start air drying everything off, all the cracks and crevices, and then we'll start taping off all the black trim, and then we're going to begin the paint correction process. So we'll be into probably tonight to get this paint correction all wrapped up, and then we'll start wiping it down with different solutions to prep it for our Ceramic Pro Gold package. So just keeping you guys updated. Got all of our chemicals right there. This thing's looking good. So the soap's just helping release any stuff that might have fallen onto the car after we finished washing it. So it's just helping release any dirt that was left, and then we're going to rinse it off right now. Okay, everyone, so the Tesla Model X has been fully decontaminated, and now we have it inside the home studio under all the paint correction lights, and we have all the trim all taped off to protect all the edges and everything. And then we have already done pretty much almost the whole Tesla with the Americana Global cutting compound, and then now we're going to be working on this door. So I'll show you guys in depth with how we're doing that. Basically, the paint correction is removing the swirls and defects. This Tesla had a lot of pretty harsh defects. It wasn't extremely swirled, but there was a lot of weird marks in there, almost like a bird etching, but it wasn't. Luckily, they all came out. So I'll show you guys with a paint match light on the hood and stuff to really show you how glossy it has been. So I'm going to start working on this real quick, and then I'll bring you guys in kind of for a 50-50 shot right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Americana Global on this microfiber cutting pad and get to work. So we're going to go ahead and wipe the compound off. And I will go in here and do a wax and grease remover just to remove the oils that are built up from the heat. So just quickly wiping it off, and then there's a couple little lint things that you might catch when I show you guys, so let me pull you guys off of here. So you can see how glossy the paint is. There's just with that one step, we're going to go ahead and do a jeweling polish, but just with that one step you could see the clarity and the gloss in this Tesla paint. And I think as we move over, it's kind of hard to catch with the camera. It is pretty swirled. Yeah, the camera can't really catch it because this paint is so glossy, but that's how the paint looks now. So that's the first step, the microfiber cutting pad with the cutting compound, Americana Global System. I'll switch around to another panel and tape it off and get a different light. That way you guys can kind of see how swirled it is. Okay, this is actually how swirled the Tesla paint is. For some reason my other paint match light, it's technically more of like a really high LED work light. This is an actual true color match light that I'm holding that you can see. So you can see all the swirls and the different defects in the paint. You can really tell in the light. It's just because this Tesla paint, owner thought it was really soft. It's really not super soft unless you wipe really hard, taking the compound off. But you can see it's pretty swirled, especially the back area. Now hopefully the camera will focus in. Okay, see, this is how swirled the actual paint is. You can see those markings right there. There's a couple little water spots and defects in the paint. So that's really how this Tesla paint looks. And then what you saw before in the last clip, this is how clear the paint is after we did our one step. So we're doing a two-step correction on this. See, there's all the swirls. They start to show up. Camera's really hard to focus because these are really bright, but those are all these swirls and defects in that paint. It's really soft, but you can see how glossy it is now. And then once we do our jeweling polish, it's going to look even more insane, and then it will really start to fill in once we apply Ceramic Pro 9H. So those 4 layers, that really builds up such a crazy gloss. You really got to see it in person, but we'll pull it out in the sun when it's all coated and then kind of show you guys. So we're going to keep moving, taping some things off, finishing up the back, and then doing the jeweling polish. So let's go ahead and move forward on that. Okay everyone, we've done the full paint correction as I've shown, and then we have started doing the Ceramic Pro 9H. I actually finished all 4 layers already on the paint, trim, emblems, everything like that, everything besides the glass and the wheels. So the paint is all finished up. I got the infrared lights curing the paint. That way we can kind of put the actual Ceramic Pro light on a little bit earlier, help us cut out on time. That way we can get this delivered back to our customer. It is kind of crappy weather here in Southern California, so we're going to make sure we cure this really well, especially after we do the light. And then in 2 weeks, we're not coating this wheel because there was a little bit of damages done by a Tesla dealership. It's getting replaced, so not a big deal. Things happen. We're going to actually go back in 2 weeks and coat that wheel right there. There's going to be a new one put right there, but we already coated that front wheel, and I wanted to bring you guys in here, just deep clean these wheels. And I wanted to show you a difference right here. On the left, you can see the matte black finish, and then on the right, that is a fully coated wheel. Now I can definitely tell the difference in the wheel. That one is fully protected with Ceramic Pro wheel and caliper, and then this one has been just fully stripped down, so it's a raw wheel. There's no brake dust, dirt, grime, no wax or sealants or anything on it. It's fully wiped down and prepped. So I just kind of have a dirty area over here. That way we can just deep clean these wheels and then clean them up, prep them, and then coat them. So you can see the difference there. That's going to really protect the wheel and help the brake dust not to fully stick. It's very easy to clean the wheels after they're coated with wheel and caliper. And we do the calipers. So I'll show you right here. This wheel has been completely finished, and then the Tesla caliper in there is all coated as well. This Model X is really coming along. You could just see how deep and rich and wet. This paint is really, it's funny, it's really similar to the Ruby Red Metallic Mustang GT with the Whipple that we did. It's kind of funny, there's a lot of different things that are put on this Tesla that I can kind of see. I'm a little surprised by some of the stuff that they put on there, but hey, if you're a Tesla owner and you want it protected, you know, this is just a video for you to see all the stuff that Ceramic Pro offers. We are the best when it comes to doing stuff like this. Fully protect your investment. This thing is just looking absolutely crazy. All the black trim is looking beautiful. It's all coated. We're going to begin coating the glass with Ceramic Pro Rain pretty soon. So just an overview, and yes, this is a 100D Model X. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. I'm gonna get moving on the last wheel, put that back on, do the calipers, and then we're gonna start doing the rain, and then we will begin doing the last 2 coats of the Ceramic Pro interior package. So let's go ahead and get moving. Okay everyone, the Tesla Model X 100D is all finished up. I believe that our last clip was the actual bare paint after it's fully corrected. There was a ton of defects in this paint. I was very surprised, but we have heard that with Tesla, with a bunch of different installers across the world, that a lot of them just really are not up to par with a lot of paint specs. They are very beautiful and very well, the engineering behind it is really crazy to think about such a young company. So that's besides the point. I just appreciate it. It's pretty cool to see like all this new technology and everything, but it's all finished up. So we did the 4 layers of Ceramic Pro 9H over top of everything that you see besides the glass and wheels. So there's 4 full layers. So 1 layer goes on at a time. We apply it by hand. So we go 1 full layer on every inch of the entire car, and then come back around after about an hour, do the next layer, do the next layer, do the next layer. Then it cures for about 4 to 8 hours under our infrared lights. And then we come back with our Ceramic Pro Light to top it off. That's basically the extreme hydrophobic property coating. And once you have all those layers, you can see how glossy the paint is. This is the absolute best investment for your vehicle, period. There's a ton of coating companies out there, but you need to do your research and figure out why something like this is the absolute best investment. There's a ton of DIY spray and stuff like that, but it does not last. It's 6 months, if that, at best. And there's other coating companies out there, but the main difference is this is all going on this Tesla's Carfax. So this is really going to help preserve that value, keep the paint like brand new. This paint was very soft, so now it has that nano ceramic layering. So there's 5 layers over top the paint. It's going to be very scratch resistant. It's not going to be resistant to hard scratches, but it's definitely going to give a huge amount of time until the paint would ever even start to get little swirl marks and stuff from washing. So as long as you properly wash vehicles like this, the coating will stay absolutely perfect. But like I said, it's a sacrificial layer over your clear coat. So anything hits this, like let's say a nasty bird dropping or something, just completely acidic, hits it, you're not going to have to repaint your whole hood or something like that, or have water spots etch your clear and you have to get everything all wet sanded or re-clear coated, which costs thousands and thousands. Basically, if something were to ever etch this coating, which that's what it's there for, it's a barrier protection, it just gets polished off, basically, heavily polished. That's the only way a coating Ceramic Pro will come off, is by abrasion. It will never come off with chemicals. So it's really something to look into if you have a vehicle like this that you bought brand new. So let me show you guys the interior really quick so I can get this video wrapped up for you. Hopefully the camera will focus. It has trouble sometimes with all these different colors, but basically we did our Ceramic Pro plastic, leather, and textile. It's our 360 interior. These basically, it's all white leather and satin black leather. Very tough to deal with materials, but you can see none of the color was changed. So it looks all factory, but it does have, in fact, 3 layers of each product. So does the carpet, that's the textile. We do our plastic on this wood trim and everything. So it's looking beautiful. I mean, you're not going to get the jean dye on the leather. Everything's going to be fully protected from all UV rays and stuff like that. That's the huge thing with coatings, is it's perfect protection from that. It will never ever fade. You can just see how glossy it is. I wish it was a lot more sunnier, but this is actually even better because when it's dusk, you can see flaws. You can see basically high spots. If it was applied wrong, but you can see you don't see streaking or black marks anywhere. That happens when the coating is not applied correctly. You can only see it at dusk. It's pretty crazy to think about, but dusk like this with the clouds, you'd be able to see all the imperfections, but there are none because we really do take our time. This is about over 24 hours of labor, so close to 30, I believe, but the end result is a huge payoff. We leave our pamphlets on our warranty and everything, a lanyard, all sorts of stuff like that. Just little things that sets us apart. So if you're in the Rancho Cucamonga area, this is the type of work that we take our time to do. So the wheels were coated. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we did do the calipers, the barrels, took them all off, and then torqued the wheels down to factory specs. This wheel back here is not getting coated. There was an issue at, I'm not going to mention the repair place, but they ended up curbing a little piece on the wheel, so that wheel's getting replaced by Tesla. So when we come back in 2 weeks, because it takes 2 weeks for the coating to fully cure, it cannot be washed in that time. We make sure we educate all of our clients on that, is how to properly take care of it. We sell all the stuff to take care of your vehicle. So about that 2 week time, we'll come and then do our complimentary ceramic wash. So basically just our ceramic aftercare wash. We'll inspect everything and we'll coat that last wheel. So that was the only thing that wasn't done on the car, was that rear driver wheel. But this thing looks absolutely crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up right here. And I'll do the outro now, and then I'll show you guys the actual paint underneath the light. So I really thank you guys for tuning in to Rite-Way Detailing's YouTube channel. Once again, I'm Christian with Rite-Way Detailing. We are your local certified ceramic pro installer. Don't forget to hit that show more or drop down description box to see all of our links to our website, social media. Follow us on Instagram. And if you like this video and want more awesome content, because I do have a vehicle we will be reviewing, revealing 2 of them actually, Scat Pack and then my personal. I'm not going to reveal what it is yet. Tons of mods coming on that, so tag your friends, subscribe to our channel, like it. That will really help us with our movement and support us, and be able to get into the community and really show off building our cars and just helping people get their vehicle done right the first time, and just help them to learn how to do it correctly all the time. That's the goal. I really just want to share how to do it properly, get it done one time, don't be cheap, and then from then on we'll have a bunch of how-to videos to come. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you guys on the next video.